Morning, friends. Today we are taking up a topic departing from the field of criminal law. The topic is important from research point of view, as well as in some of the universities it has been included in the syllabus of legal language and legal English. It is case comment. Case comment is tiny research area. What happens? The researcher or student selects a case for the purpose of analysis, pointing out the contribution made by the court or by the case to the legal knowledge. In detail, the things will be more explained. Now, case comment depends upon two things. Either the researcher selects the case himself for the purpose of analysis, or the case is given to him by the concerned guide or teacher, as the case may be. Now, case comment depends upon how much specialization one has over the case, or command over the case or the category of such cases. First of all, when the case has been selected, reading, its rereading is important. Reading of the case once, twice, or thrice, or as many times as one wants, to understand the facts of the case and issues in the mind. This is the most important component of case comment, because without having mastery over the facts, issues of the case, it is difficult to write a good comment on any case. So first of all, comprehend complex facts, situations, identifying legal problems or lacuna in the case. When you comprehend the facts, you come to know the legal problems involved, or the loopholes, lacuna, which are there. Sieving out relevant details and indicators from the case supporting your viewpoint or analysis is another important component of case analysis or case comment. Now, first we come to the question how the case is selected, or what are the approaches on the basis of which the case should be selected. Now, one may select the case on following grounds. Law laid down in the case is not clear. The case creates confusion. Second, the judgment is correct and clears the law. It restates the existing legal position. Third, though judgment is wrong and it needs to be reviewed, it is wrong because of misappreciation of facts or misapplication of law. Then next ground may be judgment is right, but the reasoning is not correct. Important issues have not been discussed or taken up. That is also an important point in analysis of the case. The case is a good example of judicial legislation or activism. Lastly, or by way of example, the case has implications in society of far-reaching consequence. The list which has been given here is just enumerative. There may be any other angle also for selection of the case. Now, after selection of the case on these grounds or any other ground, we come to the next aspect, that is structure of the case comment. There are 5 parts of case comment. First, introduction, wherein you state the case selection, why the case was selected, one idea as to the fair issues involved, and what is going to be discussed. In narrative style. Secondly, narrative means descriptive or critical introduction. Second, background of the case. The facts we have in brief as part of introduction. From there, you trace the background of the case, that the developments which have taken place in the past leading to the present case have to be taken into account. For example, the question of power of Parliament to amendment or to amend the Constitution of India for the first time arose in Shankari Prasad case. In Shankari Prasad case, the court unanimously held that the Parliament has unlimited power to amend the Constitution. It is not law within the meaning of Article 13 of the Constitution. Then the case of Sajjan Singh arose, and where again the power of Parliament was questioned before the Supreme Court so far as amending of the Constitution was concerned. This time the court was not unanimous. By the majority of 3/2, it followed Shankari Prasad case. Then the case of Golaknath came, and this time the decisions of Shankari Prasad and Sajjan Singh were overturned by the Supreme Court by the majority of 6/5. Chief Justice Subba Rao held that power of the Parliament to amend the Constitution is not unlimited, it is sovereign power. It is a power which is subject to judicial scrutiny. Amendment is law within the meaning of Article 13 of the Constitution. because Constituent Assembly is different from Parliament. And then the question of amendability has come up in the present case, namely Keshwanand Bharati versus State of Kerala. Now, this is the background. If you are going to analyze the case of Keshwanand Bharati, but suppose if you are going to analyze Minerva Mills, again you have to proceed in this way. The developments you have to trace further which lead to the case of Minerva Mills. Then after that, the next point is analysis of the case. This is the most important aspect. Analysis of the case is in fact a deep and thorough analysis, indicating deep understanding of the research about the subject matter. It is better to have this aspect in two phases. The first phase is rough phase, that first you analyze the case under following heads which we are going to see now. The first name of the case, Keshwanand Bharati, Maneka Gandhi versus Union of India. Second, citation, AIR 1950, etc. Third, bench. It was single judge, division bench, constitution bench, full court bench. Who were on the bench? Name of the judges. And who delivered the judgment? It was unanimous judgment. If it was unanimous judgment, who delivered? Unanimous judgment. Concurring opinions, that follow justices delivered concurring opinion. Follow Justice Bhagwati, Justice Kelasham, Justice, any justice delivered concurring opinion. So, unanimous judgments delivered by whom? The name of the bench, then judgment delivered by them. Unanimous, concurring, dissenting, if any. Thereafter, name of advocates. This is the fifth point, name of the case. Name of the advocates. That the case was presented on behalf of the petitioner or appellant by Mr. X. The case on behalf of a respondent was presented by Mr. Y. That gives a fair idea that how much reputation or what was the standard of the legal arguments. Then facts of the case. Now we begin with the traditional analysis, facts of the case. In brief, these were the facts of the case. Then, what were the issues involved in the case? In Maneka Gandhi, the passport of the petitioner was impounded. The issue was whether principles of natural justice were followed. Issues involved